There may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 125 of Tailgate Talks. This episode sponsored by DeFrisher Recycling and Junk Removal. As always, more on them later. Fellas, it's been a couple weeks for me.
Yeah,
I witnessed
Alex had to take his crash out about the Steelers defense off air. He just couldn't take it anymore. So
yeah, and then I kind of rehabbed by experiencing a glorious penguin at home, so that helped.
It also helped
coming
Alex
back on track.
college basketball is back.
It was just too much for Alex to handle,
Let's go.
So he just couldn't be here. He just couldn't be here, and it was bad. And it was bad. But we'll get to the Steelers later because they did bounce back against because Daniel Jones is back.
Back in better than ever, baby.
Anyway, we'll get to that. I'm not gonna lie, and Alex, I know you've probably seen weirder games, but to be totally honest with you, this Edinboro Seton Hill game was probably the weirdest Edinboro game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, in all football games I've seen, this one is up there with like my sophomore year playing JV football, where we won a game 2-0 because the long snapper snapped the ball over the punter's head out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Or like the Mac Jones 3 completion game against the Bills in like 2021.
It's just, now here's the thing though. I think this is right. I'm not 100% sure when we say the stats. First of all, I'm getting too ahead of myself. The final score, Edinboro did win once again. By the way, seeing 5-4 is so good. It's so great.
Winning record, baby. We're 4-1 in PSAC West play right now.
Bro, we are the Edinboro. Well, I don't want to say playing well because there was a lot of sloppy play in this game. First of all,
wins a win.
Edinboro won 22-6, and I know you see that score and you're like, man, great win. Offensively, minus Karan, to be honest with you and be fair,
bit of a rough one.
It was rough. Now, I've asked somebody to see if it's true because I don't believe it. It probably is true. The offensive stats are as followed. If I can pull the tab up in time.
Yeah, this is wacky.
Nico Marchitelli was 6 for 14. His longest ball was 6 yards, sacked 4 times, and he threw for 19 yards.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat if that's if that's accurate.
I had to ask somebody if this is true, and I'm waiting on a response, but
honestly, that sounds like a 2024 Davis Warren game.
Yeah.
Watching the game on Saturday, I can probably believe it. Now, here's the thing, though. That does not mean Nico Marchitelli had an awful game because he had one of the coolest rushing touchdowns of the year, which was one of their touchdowns. He was 8 for 52 on the ground and a touchdown. Karan Robinson was obviously the MVP of the offense. 21 attempts on 123 yards, or 28 yards, excuse me, and a touchdown. He just keeps balling.
Animal.
Receiving wise, Day Allen got the ball 3 times, 8 yards. Jeremiah Neely, 2 for 7. Junior, 1 for 4. Yeah, passing wise, there was no offensive passing game at all. But a win is a win, and does not mean that it's panic time in Edinboro. No, they're 5-4 and in a pretty good spot. Even though if they're looking to get into the PSAC championship, they need a little bit of help. IUP needs to lose to Clarion. And
We need to win out.
went out. Yeah. Alex, before we get our cold ones, what are your thoughts on the game? And Dom is obviously not here. He's not dead. But he was talking about the game with us in the chat. To be totally honest with you, if you look at the playoff landscape for Edinboro and the ways to get in, obviously, 110% obvious, I would love for Edinboro to be in the PSAC championship, and they should be.
100%.
However, is it the end of the world if they don't make it?
So this is the situation, right? And I believe that we were talking about this. Either way, you want to win out, obviously. You want to beat Slip at home, and then you want to beat Millersville on the road the next week.
Absolutely.
So either way, we're ideally looking at a 7-4 record by the end of the year. The difference is, do we obviously would love to be in the PSAC championship?
Yeah.
But going to the PSAC championship would be I believe it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that Kutztown will be the winner of the East. And obviously the PSAC championship is between the number 1 seed in the East and the number 1 seed in the West. So if you make the PSAC championship here and lose to Kutztown again, there is very, 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 very slim odds of making the playoffs. However, if IUP also wins out and we finish second in the West and don't make the PSAC championship, there is a chance that we do get an at-large playoff bid in the Super Region 1. So it's interesting. Obviously, we prefer, make the PSAC championship, test our luck for a second time this year against Kutztown. But Kutztown is,
it's incredible.
Just unbelievable. We beat East Stroudsburg by 2 scores on the road this year, right? And that looked pretty impressive. They just went to Kutztown and lost like 49-6. Now, I don't really think that's much of a reflection on us as much as it is just a reflection of how good Kutztown is. I think that's still a quality win for us, especially being so far away from home. But, we have some high-powered wins this year. Losing to Bloom wasn't great. Losing to, some of the other teams we lost to wasn't great. But, we have a win against Cal, who has beaten Charleston and Frostburg State this year, who are both, at least at the time, top 12 D2 programs in the rankings. So, I don't know. It would be pretty cool to see a playoff berth, but obviously it would be the coolest to see them in the PSAC championship and have a chance to win it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I just got the reply back. The stats are not right.
I was going to say, that seems so unlikely.
With the way Nico Marchitelli's been playing this year, I was like, there's no way. There is no way that's
he had to throw. He's pretty much a conclusion that he's going to throw for at least, almost 200 yards a game.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, that makes sense now. But at least with this game, Alex, what do you think? Defensively, the boys came to play.
Obviously, I would go as far to say that this is probably their best defensive performance of the year this year.
Yeah,
Clarion's offense has been pretty high-powered this year, so that holding them to 20 points was pretty cool. But again, they did lose their top 2 quarterbacks early in that game against us. So I'd say by far, definitely the most impressive defensive performance. Seton Hill's offense isn't like highly touted by any means or anything, but you shut down a team that completely, it's a good thing for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anyway, cold ones, and then talk about the slip game coming up this week, senior day. Jarrett Francis' last home game.
So sad.
First one, Nate Dean's dog. Come on.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. And then the second one's gonna go to, for me, is Nick Benucci, dog, once again.
Benucci.
Third one, it's got to go to an offensive guy, and it's got to go to Karan Robinson. He's been lights out, I feel like, all year. Has really picked it up towards I guess now, which is crazy to say the end of the year now, because we're almost to the end of the season already. So yeah, so those are my cold ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Karan first because I love a good running back performance.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go Deans because kid's an animal. Big time scoop and score for a touchdown. That's always a
Oh
big
yeah,
time play
yeah.
right there.
I
It
forgot.
changes the complexion of a football game.
Forgot to mention that.
He also, I believe, had like 9 tackles or something. Like he had a really good
Yeah,
defensive game.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean nine solo tackles, 2 for loss, a fumble, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery that went 70 yards for a touchdown, by the way.
Insane.
So he gets number 2, and then we don't have the actual correct stat line, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna give it to Nico because of the huge touchdown run that made him look like baby Josh Allen out there pretty much.
Literally.
Not that Nico's small by any means, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, we know.
And then obviously probably had at least a decent enough passing game on top of that because he's always pretty consistent. So
That we know.
yeah, those are my 3.
Yeah. Quick word about Slip. Obviously, last year, I felt like if we came out strong against Slip, I think last year we would have beat them. But of course, that did not happen. So,
Yeah.
since you're back, we can talk about this. What is a way Edinboro wins? What's a way that Edinboro loses? I feel like I already answered the first one.
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, anything else, really, is there anything else to say besides, you got to come out strong. This isn't a team that you can, come out slow and, try and figure things out. Like you got to come out fast against these guys. You got to hit them in the mouth a little bit. You got to, show them that you mean business. They have shown that they're vulnerable this year. Lost to Cal, who we were able to beat, lost on a game-winning field goal to Gannon, which is tough. We gave Gannon the work pretty good, but they're a great football team still. So, got to win by just coming out fast. Give them, give them your all, especially home game senior day. That's big time. And way we lose, they're typically a pretty good running football team. So we got to be gap sound. We gotta maintain our lanes. We got to play the run well, and then go from there.
Yeah, I do feel like, in my opinion, if you come out slow like you did on offense against Seton Hill, Slippery Rock's is gonna expose you.
Well, that's what happened last year too, right? They started out
Yeah.
28-0 up on us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see what happens. It's looking this team is fun. I do love this team. So
Very fun. Very, very fun.
So yeah, so okay. I didn't want to mention this, but Bryce, it's time.
What, the Pirates are back in the chase for the 2026 World Series?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, the Dodgers went back to back and are your 2025 World Series champions. I'm not even mad.
You're
I'm
not?
not.
Either. It was
No.
It was a great game.
No, it was it was a great game. It was one of the best games of all year. But the reason why I'm saying I'm not mad is because I'm not surprised. The Dodgers are a billion-dollar dynasty, and they will continue to be that way without their salary cap and salary floor. And guess what? If you're not the Yankees, the Mets, who else am I leaving out? The Phillies, you're going to be left behind. And there's nothing anybody can do about it until Manfred takes his head out of his ass and puts a salary cap and a salary floor. Here's the thing. Cody said it on Twitter, and honestly, I agree. If we have a salary floor, that is the only chance Paul Skeens stays a Pirate for the rest of his career.
See, I disagree.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with you on that
But
because
it forces him to spend money, though.
here's the thing with a salary floor where it gets very slippery. If I go out and I say you have to spend at least this much money, but you can spend whatever you want on the top, people and players are going to raise their price then. Oh, well, if they have to spend if they have to spend $200 million a year or $100 million a year, my price just went up. So then you're going to have even more of because let's face it, LA, huge market, New York, massive market, Philly, don't know how, massive market, big city, but still super massive market. What's another one?
Now, maybe potentially now we're gonna see it with Vegas. With
Vegas,
the A's going there.
Those people that are in those big markets are going to continue to have pockets deeper than deep because one, they're known winners. So they're going to get that. They're going to have people in the stadium all the time. They're going to have people buying merch. They're going to have all this stuff. So they're always going to have that additional income where, okay, well, if I can make, I don't know, say $50 million from everything, and then myself can make an additional couple $100 million on my own private businesses and other stuff like that. All right, I'll throw. I mean, hell, if I'm the Dodgers, I'm going out to Juan Soto tomorrow, and I'm being like, we'll pay you $750 million, but I want you to defer it.
Here's the thing.
If you can get away with that,
Ohtani.
Here's the
Exactly.
thing. Yes. Here's the thing. Yes, you can, but I didn't mention any other players. I mentioned Paul Skeens. I don't think Paul Skeens, don't get me wrong, he's going to ask for a lot of money, as he should, because he's the best pitcher in baseball.
Here
But
is your.
with Skeens, it's different. With Skeens, it's different. I don't think he's going to be the type of guy to do what you said. But now here's the thing. Do I agree that players are going to do that with what you just said, Bryce? Yes. But I'm mentioning Paul Skeens. I don't think he would do that. Now, I could be wrong. Money talks. Money talks. I could be wrong. Money talks.
Money
But
most definitely talks.
As of right now, if you ask me, would Skeens do that? I'm saying no.
Here's my thing with Skeens specifically. I think he has that demeanor to want to stay and help build the team and be the ace and be that guy.
He minds his business too.
When Cherington doesn't offer him help on the other end, I mean, the stat that I saw halfway through the year last year, towards the end, I don't remember, was if he would have gotten at least 3 runs of support on the offensive side, he would have been 22-1 at one point in the season. 4 runs makes that 22-0. Well, no, sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah. Basically speaking, if Cherington would have given him somebody to help score runs, Paul Skeens would have won the Cy Young in July. Probably, and it wouldn't have been close.
And that wouldn't have needed to be in like an Aaron Judge or anything either. That's literally just any half decent bat that can get you a couple runs.
Dude, Jose Ramirez goes out there and not Jose Ramirez. Yeah, Jose Ramirez, I think he finished 290 something this year. He's going to be expensive, but that's a guy. Luis Araz is another guy. He's not going to give you that power to get balls to the fence, but he's going to be on base 3-4 times out of 10. You just need runners. You know what I mean? Like, baseball is very much an energy game. I mean, we saw that with the Jays. You know, one guy gets on base, guy hits a double, next guy gets on base, and then it all just kind of builds up until the Dodgers roll one up, close the door. It's very much a swing game, and if you can get people to get those energy plays going, you're going to be successful. Problem is, O'Neal Cruz can't do that. Jack Sawinski can't do that. Jared Triolo can't do that. Let's just go through the whole starting 9. None of them can do it. I mean, even Brian Reynolds, who's been our best player arguably the past 2 years, had a letdown year. And the Pirates still were almost 500. So the potential is there. The potential is most definitely there. One thing I want to read to you real quick is, this is the salary or the payroll for each playoff team this year. I'm going to read it from the bottom to the top, and I want you to tell me if you notice anything. Guards spent $100 million. Reds spent $120 million. Brewers spent $121 million. Tigers were $157 million. Mariners were $164. Red Sox were $200. Cubs were $211. Padres were $216. Blue Jays were $255. Phillies were $290. Yankees were $300, and the Dodgers were $350. Now, I want to see if you notice anything about that at all.
Top to bottom increased every time.
Let's just go through the teams that were out.
Sorry.
Let's go through the teams that were in the World Series. $255 million for the Blue Jays, $350 million for the Dodgers. Great. But the gap between all of this is crazy. For example, the Dodgers spent $50 million more dollars than the Yankees this year. $50 million. That's what the Pirates pay in 1 year is $50 million. How do you expect these smaller market teams to compete? You just can't. I mean, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, this is stupid and play we can't afford that. I don't want to play that game because I think that's stupid because you very much can find diamonds and make gold with it. That's not what I meant to say, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we get it.
It's just annoying. Manfred has to step in and do something. But here's my take. I'm going to say this right here. Everybody's going to hear it. It's going to be out there for the entire world. If the Pirates trade Paul Skeens for prospects, I'm done. Officially done.
I am too.
You will never hear me talk about a Pirates game on the air again. You'll never hear me say anything about it. I will be done. I will forever not go to Pirates games, and I will officially hold my stake as an Oakland Athletics fan for the rest of my life.
With your favorite baseball player?
Jacob Wilson. Yep.
It's not the other
And
guy?
that left fielder that they have too.
Oh, man.
But that's the difference. I'm just sorry. Like, I just can't. I don't want to get myself worked up over it because I know Manfred's not going to do anything. But I really want there to be some sort of lockout where these small cap teams be like, listen, dude, this is ridiculous that the Dodgers are able to afford Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto, and Shohei Ohtani. Those are all, besides Sasaki because he's a bullpen guy, but he could play starter too. Those are all any other team's number one for the most part. At least 20 teams, if they had one of those guys, that is their opening day starter.
Now, in spite of that, I am going to say this. Again, not as someone who, watches a ton of baseball or anything, but everyone was talking going into Game 7 on Saturday night. My radio in my car is automatically on the fan. That's just what it goes to when I turn my car on. So sometimes I plug my phone in, get on Apple CarPlay, play my music, stuff like that. But then sometimes, especially if I'm not driving somewhere very far, I just leave the fan on and just, listen to what's going on, whatever they're talking about in that moment. And everyone was talking about the whole, 2 years in a row, the most expensive roster in baseball is going to win the World Series, this whole thing. I get it. 100%. Understand it. Definitely think there needs to be a salary cap. I think it's insanity that people can just, teams can just spend whatever the hell they want, pretty much, whatever they can afford. But I mean, we're talking about the difference between, what'd you say, the Blue Jays spent like 250 something mil?
100 mil was the difference.
Yeah, that's $100 million difference, and it still took extras in Game 7 for the Dodgers to win. Now, am I saying that any other team that spent the same amount of money as the Blue Jays would have taken it to 7 games and 11 innings? No, I'm not saying that. But my point is, it's not like it just makes them this world beater that's untouchable. I do think there needs to be a salary cap, and I do think that that's just the sensible thing to do. But I don't think it necessarily means that whoever spends the most money is just going to be completely untouchable.
I look at the Mets.
Yeah, they spent the most money last year, right? They didn't even make it to the World Series, or did they?
It comes down to money and management for sure.
Yeah,
like it comes down to money and management. And I think the reason that everybody gets so mad about the Dodgers is because these teams, like the Pirates, will accept a trade where, okay, we'll take your number 1, 2, and 3 prospects for our best player on the field. And people get mad because everybody knows a proven veteran is worth more than 3 prospects that could end up to all be busts. That's where I think the people really get mad. Like me, for example, that's what ticks me off. Like the Pirates lost Garrett Cole, who is now an ace, which he was when he was with Pittsburgh. They lost Tyler Glasnow, who is now an ace, who was also at Pittsburgh. They lost Charlie Morton, who was an ace for the Braves for the years that they were in the hunt for a World Series every year. And there's another guy. Oh, Musgrave. There's another one. The annoying part is, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Just I can go on forever.
It's time for another pointless offseason that nothing's going to happen. And guess what? I dare them to put Travis Williams and Ben Cherington on panel at Pirates Fest at the beginning of next year. I dare them. Because you're not going to have a panel, because that panel is going to get hijacked by angry fans. And you're going to wonder, why are they so mad? Be respectful. Yeah, we've been disrespected for the last 6 years by these morons.
Something's got to give somewhere. Something's going to have to give because I don't know if Manfred knows this, if he's turned on his TV, but the Savannah Banana League is packing stadiums every single where they go, every single time they play.
Yeah, and here's the
eventually
thing.
People are going to get tired of this crap.
Oh, 24-56.
I gotta
24
say, I think a large part of my not enjoying watching baseball had to do with the fact that I was watching the Pirates because, I was I was sitting down with some guys on Saturday night, drinking something that rhymed with a floors blanket, an adult beverage,
At 21, you could say
Coors Banquet. Um, Drinking some banquets and watching Game 7, and I was
Is
having
there
a.
anything else that was going on?
Oh yeah, I was actually smoking a beautiful full of a Series V, just like this one. Fantastic cigar for anyone that's getting into cigars.
That's
Buy
awesome.
yourself one. You will never see the world the same again after you have one of these. Um, it was a great time. Shout out to the Cigar Vault in Oakdale. Miguel, super cool guy.
I challenge you, Alex, to watch the Athletics next year if you have a chance. That's going to make
Dude.
baseball fun for you. I'm telling you.
Listen,
That young
I'm
group,
down.
with the way that they hit and score runs, they're so much fun to watch. If I want to watch a pitching duel, turn on the Pirates. If I want to watch some good hitting baseball, turn on the Athletics.
Why can't we just
Listen,
have both?
if you're a new sports fan and you want to watch exciting sports, just watch Vegas sports unless it's the Raiders. Please do not subject yourself to that.
Just shot a goal.
Please do not subject yourself to that.
Bro, listen. Okay, statistic wise, speaking of that, did Gino have a better game than normal? Sure.
Because
Dude.
Brock Bowers decided to eat the
Dude,
entire
yeah.
league alive.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, put Kenny Pickett in. What are you waiting for? I'm not even saying put Aiden O'Connell in. What are you waiting for?
I
don't care.
Good old
Put
AOC.
Put Kenny or Aiden O'Connell. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, I get loyalty, but guess what? I don't like. Here's the thing. Obviously, like I talk about the Raiders because Kenny's on that team. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna deny it. But like, if I'm a Raiders fan, I'm that's what I'm saying right now. Is what are you waiting for? What else do you need to see out of Geno Smith?
All right,
Seriously.
hear me out. Hear me out, right? This is the formation right here. I form Kenny Pickett at quarterback, Aiden O'Connell at fullback, Geno at tailback. Run it. See how it goes.
Dude.
Bowers and Jacoby Myers out there running around. Come on.
Bro, is Geno Smith going to have to sucker punch another person to get benched?
I want him to flip off another Seahawks fan.
That was great. That was great.
So
No,
great.
that was great. No, Geno did have a funny response during the press conference. Somebody asked him about why double pump why double pump the ball in the last play of the game, and he said, "That's football, brother."
He's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. That was a good line. That was a good line. But yeah, so
You know what else is funny?
I had a line on my head that I was gonna say, but I totally just blanked.
Well, I'll tell you what's funny. West Virginia picked up a ranked win this weekend. Speaking of Geno Smith.
And speaking of Kenny Pickett, hey man, listen. Even though they lost, I think Georgia Tech is the team to beat in the ACC.
Yeah.
I know they lost. I know they lost. It's not Virginia.
No, you're right. It's not. It's Louisville.
It's not Louisville either.
It absolutely is Louisville.
I don't think it's Louisville.
You think?
It's not Clemson. It's not Duke. It's definitely not Georgia Tech.
Hold on. But here's the thing. With one of those teams that we just mentioned, with the way Pitt is playing, there is no excuse to not make it to the ACC championship this year.
It's wide open.
It's right there. Miami, the next three teams they play have proven they are obviously beatable.
Yeah, I mean, they are.
Now, here's the thing. Towards the end of the game against Stanford, Mason Heinchel did have me a little worried because he had some unnecessary interceptions, and Cade Bell did get on him for it. And I'm going to pull up the stat line. But hey, man, another 300-yard, 3-touchdown game from Mason Heinchel. Dude. What?
You could throw him in the Colts offense and he'd look like prime Daniel Jones. I mean,
dude, again, I will keep asking this question till he leaves Pitt for either the NFL or money.
Yep, pretty much.
Probably money.
where did we find this guy? Seriously,
This
where did we
absolute
find this
demon.
guy? Like, here's the thing. I know. I said the same thing about Eli Holstein last year. I know. But if Mason Heichel can keep balling when teams get film on him and he adjusts and does it well, bro.
Well, that's what I mean. We can only go on the sample sizes we have. Last year, we had a small sample size with Eli Holstein, but he was really good. And then he struggled this year. We'll see if it happens next year with Mason Heinzel, too. But, I mean, as of right now, with the sample size we have, he's just really good. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah,
May
he's
I-
played incredibly well.
May I tell you now why I think Georgia Tech isn't the team to beat?
Why is that?
Oh, I'm interested to hear this. Yeah.
So I went through this last week. I said that I think Georgia Tech actually isn't as good as what the record shows. And let me just read you who they've beaten. Colorado by 7. Gardner-Webb by 47, which you should. Clemson by 3, who is 3-6 or 3-5. Temple,
Oof.
Wake Forest in overtime. Virginia Tech, Duke, Syracuse, and then they lost to NC State. I don't know if you picked up on anything there, but the first team that they played that had a powerful offense in NC State, they lost.
And they allowed 46 or 48 points. 48 points?
They allowed 48 points.
48 to 36. Yeah.
I'm not saying that Georgia Tech isn't a contender in the ACC. I'm just saying that I think they're a little bit overrated. Just like BYU. I think Texas Tech beats the brakes off of BYU this weekend.
Yeah. BYU
I
is
think it's
definitely
not
a touch
even
overrated.
close.
Well,
But-
BYU's used to hearing the word overrated.
Yeah. But it just kind of goes to show, like, you look at the ACC right now. This is pretty much who's running for the ACC at this current moment. Virginia, Tech, Pitt, Louisville, SMU, Duke, Miami. One of those teams is going to win the ACC. I don't think it's going to be Duke.
I don't think it's
Could be SMU. I mean, pretty much return the same team. They're putting up a lot of points and not giving up a lot of points. But Louisville's the team who I really want to look at. Their defense is only giving up 166 points overall. This is not even in conference play. This is overall. And their offense is putting up 270, which isn't as great as Pitt and Virginia and Tech. But it shows time and time again, if you have a defense that can manage the game and slow high-powered teams down, and your offense can just put up points when necessary, maybe not 40, 50 a game, but if they can put up 28 and the defense can hold the other team under 20, you're going to win. So I think it's Louisville. I think it's going to be – my ACC prediction actually is going to be Miami and Louisville.
I'm interested in this.
Because it's Pitt, if you put me on the spot and ask me, I don't think they're gonna make it because Narduzzi is gonna do what Pat Narduzzi does. However, though, I do think they should be at the very least, Pitt should be number 25 right now. I mean, there's
two or three teams at the bottom of the top 25 that could easily be swapped out for Pitt.
Here's also why I think it's Louisville, Mikey, just to kind of add a little bit more to it. This is how they finished their season. At home against Cal, at home against Clemson, on the road at SMU, home against Kentucky. That's a very favorable matchup being in the hunt for the ACC.
I do think with all the teams that are in contention for the ACC this year, I do think Pitt has the hardest road to the ACC championship by far.
Yeah, because they still have to go through Notre Dame and Miami, I think.
Yeah. And
Notre Dame's not an
overrated,
ACC team, but still.
Yeah. I mean, Bryce was talking about overrated, but they do have Georgia Tech. And listen to me before, again, I still think Georgia Tech, of what I just said earlier about Georgia Tech. However, even when, and I'm going to say it again, like I said last week, even when Georgia Tech is bad, Pat Narduzzi gets outcoached every year. Happens every time. So it's a winnable game. Really, it is a winnable game. All three of the games that they have are winnable games. Pitt really does control their destiny.
Yeah.
To like literally. Will it happen? Probably not. Could it happen? Yeah, it could. But
Michigan
anyway,
also controls their destiny as well.
Pitt 35-20 stamp. Okay, the score's 35-20, but if you actually watch the game, Pitt basically had this game under control all game. It was just like the last quarter, basically, where it was Mason Heinchel was 23 for 38, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did have but two really bad picks that I don't really understand what happened. And I believe he fumbled a couple times, maybe once. I'd have to look. But
One pick was late in the game. He was trying to stretch the play. It wasn't.
yeah.
It was over at that point.
Jakari Turner got the ball 22 times, 127 yards. That was Pitt's top leading rusher, and then Pitt's top receiver was Kenny Johnson, 4 for 71. Mason Heinchel he did fumble twice. Kyle Lewis, 11 total tackles, 5 solo. So yeah, they control their destiny here. Now here's the thing. Pitt did have 7 wins last year. How many do they have right now?
No idea.
7. So
and who do they have left?
Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, and Miami. So
Well, you figure the Miami game is going to be probably to get to the ACC championship.
absolutely.
If all else goes as is.
Yeah.
Miami can't lose again, or they're not making the championship for the ACC.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you see. I don't know. Maybe you see Louisville Pitt in the ACC championship.
Here's the thing, though. I do think, because we already played Louisville this year, if it is Louisville and Pitt in the ACC championship, Pitt could make the college football playoffs this year. I'm not gonna lie. I do think Louisville's obviously a better team than Pitt this year, but like, all I'm gonna say is never say never, man. That's all I'm gonna say. So as ESPN wants to be absolutely dumb, Alex, let's pay the bills.
Cool. This episode of
Why does it feel
Tailgate
so
Talks is sponsored by Defrisha Recycling and Junk Removal. Defrisha is a family-run business out of Greenville, PA that provides services such as vehicle purchasing, scrap metal purchasing, appliance removal, junk removal, garbage services, dumpster rentals, curbside pickups, house garage, and building cleanouts and demolition around the Greenville and Pittsburgh areas. If you or anyone you know are in need of these services, check out the links down below in the description. Go to Defrisha's website or to their Facebook page, get in contact with them, see if they provide their services in your area. Thank you, Defrisha, for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks.
I want to say a couple more things about college football if we can still finish on that.
Oh, no, I was just about to say something about college football because there's something we have not talked about yet. And I want to be the starter for this one.
Okay.
If y'all don't mind.
I don't mind. I don't know what
Two
you're gonna
things. Two things. One, guys, I don't think it's Penn State's year this year.
Really?
And
I thought it might have been.
maybe.
Honestly.
Maybe. I thought Ethan Goffmeyer was going to win the Heisman. Second, I'm
God.
going to go ahead and do this while I say it, even though he probably agrees with me, but just because it's funny, I'm going to do it anyway. Don't worry, I already got you, Bryce. The Heisman's going to go. The Heisman's coming down to Jeremiah Smith and Julian Saint.
It's got to be, right? I mean, you know what? Carlos said it on Twitter that Julian Sayin would be the most like underwhelming Heisman of all time. One, no, he wouldn't be. Two, I don't really care.
It doesn't even.
Two, I don't really care. He has completed 80% of his passes. He's in like he has thrown more touchdowns than incompletions in like 2 or 3 games this year. I'm pretty sure. Like the kid's just surgical. They're undefeated. I don't care what anyone says. I know that it sucks and people want to complain about it. Regardless of position, whoever, whether it's a running back, receiver, quarterback, whoever, record of the team does contribute to who ends up winning the Heisman Trophy. It is a part of it. If you are making a big enough impact on your team that they are winning significantly more than they are losing, that is going to impact it. Julian Sayin and the Buckeyes are undefeated. Have they played the best schedule this year? Not even close, obviously. You know, everyone thought Penn State, Ohio State might be number 1 versus number 2 in the country in week
you guys
whatever.
Are playing a cupcake team. God, you were playing a cupcake. Like, how could Ohio State do that? Schedule a cupcake team in this week? Like, come on, man.
But I mean, yeah, the kid just statistically is performing very well. He's not putting up the most gaudy numbers, but he almost put up 400 against Wisconsin before the bye. And, they just seem to keep heating up more and more every week. So I don't really care. I'd rather see Jeremiah Smith win the Heisman, honestly. My personal opinion.
I think he's the best
Or
player.
honestly, I think it's actually, if it's going to be between two on Ohio State, I think it's probably going to be between Julian or Carnell, honestly. And I'd be more than happy to see a guy like Carnell Tate, who's been buried behind first round pick after first round pick after first round pick after first round pick at the receiver position, finally bust out and win a Heisman Trophy. It would be pretty cool.
You know what we did get robbed of?
What?
Sayin, Smith, and Justice Haynes in New York. I'm not going to lie. Might seem like biasness. You look at Justice Haynes' stat line. If the dude doesn't get hurt, he's in the conversation as well. 100 yards each game, 1, 2, sometimes 3 touchdowns. That would have been
damn near Ashton Genty stats, Loki. It's kind of crazy.
The Big Ten. Honestly, if Haynes didn't get hurt, the Big Ten might have controlled majority of the 5 guys that go to New York. It's going to be Mendoza for sure.
Wait.
Could have been Haynes.
Speaking of the Big Ten.
Could be Smith. Could be Sayin. And then the 5th guy, probably going to be Ty Simpson, I'd guess.
Probably. So can I just mention this?
He probably should be in there too. You could argue that.
So I sent this to the group chat, I think last night, or I sent it last night. 11 Big Ten teams are 5-2 or better. 10 SEC teams are 5-2 or better. 5 of the 11 Big Ten teams are ranked in the top 25. All 10 of the SEC teams are ranked in the top 25. What sense
Alex,
does that
don't
make?
get me started. Don't get me started.
What sense does that make? That's besides the point, though.
We'll be here all night.
I know. Bryce and the voters, it's going to be ridiculous.
Can I just say real quick, I hope Pitt makes it to the playoffs and we somehow play Ohio State just so I can say it was an honor to get belt to ass.
That's
be happy to give it to you.
I'd be
That's
honored.
Crazy work.
And plus, Alex, it would be the one time probably in our lifetime or 2 college football teams will play each other.
Facts.
You know who else got BTA this weekend? The Tennessee Volunteers.
Wait. We will. We'll talk about that. But real quick, Ohio State did. And speaking of belt to ass, 38-14 to Penn State. There's only so much a backup quarterback for Penn State. There's only so much he can do.
Including scoring more points than Drew Aller ever has against Ohio State.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, for sure. Julian Sayin, 20 for 20. What else can you say? 20 for 23, 316 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing here?
Bo Jackson, definitely that. We're talking about that Bo Jackson.
Did you know his first name is actually Lamar? So his full name is Lamar Bo Jackson.
Incredible. 13 for 105 yards. Carnell Tate, got the ball 5 times, 124 yards, touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, got the ball 6 times, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, just belt to the behind. Yeah, what else is there to say to this game? It was to be honest, it was kind of like and don't get me wrong, I'm saying Ohio State's legit, but it did seem like it was literally just the best team in the country against a cupcake team. That's just how Penn State's playing this year. Seriously.
Yeah, and it really should have never even been this close because I don't know why we were giving CJ Donaldson the ball in that spot, up 17-7 at the end of the first half. Bo Jackson has clearly been your most reliable back the entire year when he's played the majority of the snaps. I don't understand why CJ Donaldson, who is more of a power back, gets the carry over Bo Jackson whenever you're trying to move the ball down the field quick to try and get more points before halftime. That's besides the point. Whatever.
And I do want to say, I want to say cupcake team with Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, because I still think they're good. Even with the team they're on.
Yeah, apparently better than Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, by the way, Bryce.
They're not even better than Justice Haynes and Marshall.
Hey, we haven't heard from Jed in a while. We got to see if he's doing okay.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard from a lot of Penn State fans in a while, to be honest with you.
Same.
It has been the most peaceful time of my entire life.
It's awesome. We're probably going to hear it again next year, but honestly, this is why I don't want the season to end, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I don't know if you will hear it next year, though, because they have lost a lot of recruits.
And their new head coach is not going to be Matt Rule because he signed an extension. However, though, if you do remember, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, didn't Matt Rule sign an extension with, I forget, was it Baylor? Was he with Baylor before he went to the NFL?
Yeah.
And then he went to the NFL. So I guess never say never, but I highly doubt Matt Rule is going to leave.
Highly.
I don't
Highly
think Matt
doubt that.
Rule's going to lose his job or leave because Aller's going to be done for the rest of this year.
Yeah.
Or not Aller,
Raiola.
Raiola. And then he'll be back. I don't think he's going to leave him hanging like that. They also, Nebraska's supposedly, or they're going to, they're bringing in a kid from Farrell, Danny Odom. He plays in Florida now, but he grew up and played in Farrell for a couple years.
Last thing I'll say about Penn State.
7-2-4, Alex. What you think about that?
What? You see, the last thing I'll say about Penn State is I genuinely don't know who's going to be the next head coach. I really don't know.
Joe Brady.
No. I don't think it's going to be him either. I think he gets a job. I think he gets a head coaching job in the NFL.
I swear to God, if they bring Ed Orgeron out of retirement, I'm going to cry.
I really hope it's not him either.
I don't think they will. I think he goes to
you
Auburn.
Would you rule?
Oh, Coach O back in the SEC with the top.
Coach.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Would LSU consider
Bringing him back?
Bring him back. Would they consider it? I think they'll consider. It's not going to. I don't think it's going to happen. But I think
their AD's gone too, right?
I think they're going to, at the very least, consider it. I think.
Is that
I
the
don't know why
same
they got rid
AD?
of him in the first place, to be honest with you.
Is that the same AD that canned Coach O in the first place? Does anyone know?
I'm not sure. Is it?
So if they fire Brian Kelly and then get rid of the AD that canned Orgeron and then they bring him back, oh my God.
Insane work.
Dude.
But Bryce, was there anything else about college football you wanted to bring? Oh, Tennessee.
There was a bunch of great things about college football this weekend. Indiana looks like the team that nobody thought they were going to be, but they are. Georgia escaped Florida, which we expected, but DJ Lagway played quite possibly the worst best game I've seen of him play this year against Georgia. Against Georgia. Outside of that, I mean, Vandy lost to Texas. Arch Manning actually looked like a Division I quarterback for the first time this year against a competent opponent, which is surprising. Like I said, Miami lost again. Notre Dame escaped Boston College barely. But the big one I want to talk about is the Red Raiders are back in the win column, baby. Because they are now sitting at 8-1, and they get a chance to play the BYU Cougars. College game day is going to be there. That is a big game for both teams. BYU undefeated, probably can't afford a loss just because of who they are and what their schedule is. Texas Tech definitely can't afford a loss because of already having one loss. But that'll be a big game. Outside of that, Utah absolutely dismantled Cincinnati, which we all kind of expected to happen anyway. At least I did. USC escaped Nebraska by literally the skin of their teeth. Mm-hmm. And Jordan Mayavala looked atrocious against Nebraska.
Which is shocking because he's looked pretty good against most of their opponents this year.
Yeah, he's looked very good. And then he's kind of started to do this little... But it just keeps up Matt Rule's streak of not being able to beat a top 25 team. So what's new?
I love when people can't keep up their streak.
Last thing I'm going to talk about, Tennessee Vols. I called it. I told you. I gave you the play. You could have put the whole damn mortgage on it. You weren't beating
the whole damn
Oklahoma.
mortgage.
And just to let you know, you guys now sit at 6-3, and you're probably not making the playoffs. So, like I said, all year long, guys are overrated. Nobody wanted to believe me. Injuries this, injuries that. Don't care. Michigan's 7-2, and their whole linebacker core was out for 2 weeks. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But John Mateer still has not returned to his form that he was pre-injury. So you got beat by a 9-fingered John Mateer.
9-fingered John Mateer.
Their quarterback, Tennessee's quarterback, is a very good football player, though. That dude can sling the rock.
Yeah, what's his name?
Aguilar.
Yeah, Joey Aguilar, that's right.
29 for 45, which is respectable. 3 touchdowns. The one that hurt him the most was 2 interceptions. You cannot turn the ball over like that against Oklahoma. Tennessee had 3 turnovers. Oklahoma only had 2. Tennessee outgained them, which you expect with Tennessee football. The big one in difference and why this game was so tight, in my opinion, was penalties. Game was in Knoxville. Tennessee had 3 penalties for 25 yards. Oklahoma had 11 for 104.
Ooh.
That definitely hurt them. But either way, like I said, Oklahoma outrushed them pretty much. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I kind of watched some of this game. It very much reminded me of a Michigan game when McCarthy was there. Only make him throw when he wants to, run some design runs for him, and then just kind of pound the rock. And that's pretty much what Oklahoma did. They ran the ball 35 times. They had 192 yards, and they averaged 5.5 a carry. So, like I said, I've said it all year. The 2 teams that I think are sleepers that nobody was expecting was Texas Tech. Alex and I have been in on that one together. And Oklahoma. I think if Oklahoma gets the chance with a healthy team in the playoffs, you could see them in the final. You could see them in the Final Four, depending on their path.
What world do we live in? A Brent Venables football team is running the hell out of the ball and playing really good defense. This is crazy.
I mean, Oklahoma is really going to get a test these next 3 weeks, though. This is going to be the tell for them.
Yeah.
They play Alabama on the 15th. So they get a bye week, then they play Bama at Alabama. That is going to be a game for the ages. I can't wait to watch it. I do have Friendsgiving that day, but we'll make sure it's on the TV.
100%.
And then they play Mizzou.
2 big ones.
2 big ones, and then they get LSU, which I can now say that I actually respect LSU. I will never respect a team where Brian Kelly is the head coach. So I don't know. It's been, like I said, college football has been a very, very good. It's been fun this year. Like there is
super.
I originally said there was 2 teams that were 1A and 1B. I said it was Ohio State and Miami. I have now since changed my mind. There is 2 teams that are 1A and 1B, and it is 2 Big Ten teams. It is Ohio State and Indiana. That's and Texas A&M. I think they're legit. Don't get me wrong. I think Texas A&M is legit. My only thing with Texas A&M is I'm so used to them every year starting so hot, and then the last couple games of the season just completely fall off the face of the earth and play like a Division III school. So I'm cautious with Texas A&M. They're on that fringe 1A, 1B area. But
Marcel Reed and Le'Veon Moss, though, they're tearing up right now.
They are. That's why I can't take anything away from them because they are looking good. I don't know what's going to happen with the playoff. I mean, obviously, Alex and I's prediction that we did at the beginning of the year is so off. It's not even funny.
Pretty far off.
But Texas A&M has a very favorable path to end undefeated. They play Mizzou this weekend. Then they play South Carolina. Then they play Samford, which can we cut this ACC bullcrap or this SEC bullcrap?
The random like D3 team at the end of the year.
Yeah, this is so stupid. I can't wait for that to be done. It probably never will be, but I hope it is eventually. And then they end with Texas. Texas A&M has a real shot of going undefeated, but they also, I think they have to be careful because if they lose to Texas, holy crap, dude, we could have the SEC championship could get really interesting.
It could.
You've got Texas A&M 5-0, Bama 5-0, Georgia 5-1, Mississippi or Ole Miss 5-1, Texas 4-1, Oklahoma 3-2, Vandy 3-2. It could get interesting. SEC could get interesting. But that's all I really had for that this week. Another great slate. Still doesn't top the one from like 5 weeks ago that I said was just one for the ages. This coming week has a chance to do that. Indiana is only a 2-touchdown favorite against Penn State.
Stupid.
Why?
Dumb.
I mean, it is at Penn State, but I'd want to hammer that minus 14.5.
Boys.
And then, like I said, you got BYU at Texas Tech. That's going to be a great game. Texas A&M at Missouri should be another fun one. And then outside of that, there is really no other games that are worth anybody's time, really. So you might see a crazy upset this week, a couple of them with just how it's kind of looking.
Boys, how does it even, unless by some chance, even though it's not going to happen, by some slim chance in hell, Penn State beats Indiana. How does it feel to know that next week's probably the last time we mention Penn State for the year? because it's their last big game of the year.
Feels great.
They might
Oh.
lose to Michigan State at the end of the year.
Dude, now, here's the thing. Now, if they lose the rest of the year, we got to talk about it. Come on.
Start 3-0 and then lose your last 9. That's like
and you don't have a Power 4 win all year. Like, dude. Insane. But yeah, what is also not power was Daniel Jones, because he's back
5
now.
turnover game. Who would
Here's the
have
thing.
guessed that?
Now here's the thing.
Couldn't
Just
be
because Alex
me.
was on it, the most out of any of us, I would be remiss if I don't let him start us off.
Okay. Here, I need to tell you guys one thing,
Okay.
right? I'm not going to say there's a direct correlation. I'm not going to do that because I can't say that for sure. All I'm going to say is this. The Indianapolis Colts have 7 wins right now, right? 7-2.
Yeah.
Very good record in the NFL. I get that. 5 of their 7 wins have been by multiple possessions, 10 or more points. Also very impressive. 4 of those 5 wins that were by 10 or more, Daniel Jones has thrown less than 30 passes. Again, not going to say there's any direct correlation there, but in 4 of their 5 10-plus point victories, Daniel Jones has not thrown the ball 30 times in a game. Sure, yeah, let's go on a 9-game sample size right now and say that Daniel Jones is a different guy when we already have what is that, 89 game sample size, or a 70, 60, what is that? 60, yeah, okay. Let's go on a 9-game sample size from this year when we have a damn near 70-game sample size of the entire rest of his career before this. Again, not saying the Giants are a good organization or anything. Obviously, they're not. Obviously, they weren't during his career. But I mean, let's be for real here. His one saving grace his entire career so far before this year was a 9-6-1 record in 2022, where he threw for 3,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, and managed to beat the most unclutch football team in the wild card round of the playoffs.
I have a question, Alex. Does this Colts team give 2020 Steelers vibes?
100%. 100%.
Where's Oncat when you need him?
Dude, it's just, you have the best running back in football, the best O-line in football. Shane Steichen is a fantastic head coach. I give him tons of props for being able to win 7 of his first 9 games with Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback. I think that's far more a reflection of Shane Steichen's coaching ability than it is Daniel Jones' playing ability. Again, considering best O-line in football, best running back in football. Alec Pierce is apparently really good at running routes and catching the football. Michael Pittman and Josh Downs are good targets as well. Colston Loveland, or not, Tyler Warren, sorry.
Can we talk about that, though, here soon?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a second. But Tyler Warren has been very good. Mo Alley Cox still plays football, apparently. Didn't know that. Didn't do anything against the Steelers, I can tell you that much. But it's a good football team. This is the team that they should have been like 3 years ago. Let's be real here. Like, I don't get it. Oh, speaking of which, let's talk about their new owner a little bit.
Oh boy.
I forget her first name, but she's the one that everyone knows and talks about because she's wearing the headset during games and stuff like that, and she's actually involved with the team and stuff like that. Shocker, when your owner is bought into the team culture and making sure the coaches are doing their jobs and the players are doing their jobs, you tend to be successful. Not to mock the late Jim Irsay or anything, may God rest his soul and everything, but like, I don't think it's a crazy stretch to say he wasn't a very good owner. Like, at all. And I don't think it's crazy to say that Chris Ballard is not the best GM on the planet either. But Shane Steichen is a very good football coach. They have a very good roster. Their new owner is very much involved in everything from the roster building to the coaching. Like, this is how you build a successful NFL franchise. I think that you could plug in a handful of guys at quarterback, and this team would instantly be damn near, if not just as good as it is right now, especially offensively. Jesus Christ. How many football games has Mac Jones won with the San Francisco 49ers this year with an 87-year-old Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk with a tenth of an ACL left? Like,
Tenth of an ACL left.
some of these guys deserve credit for these things. Now, I don't want to
That's
give Shanahan
crazy.
too much credit because he can't win the big games in the playoffs, but like, I mean, let's call a spade here. The Colts are actually a pretty good football team. Like, they have a good roster. It's not a Daniel Jones thing. I promise you that much. JJ McCarthy would probably be an MVP candidate if he was on the Colts offense right now.
Woo!
Like, I'd be willing to bet that he would be very good on the Colts roster. I'd be willing to bet that Aaron Rodgers would be very good on the Colts roster. I'd be willing to bet a lot of quarterbacks would be very good on this Colts roster. It's not that crazy to conceptualize.
I agree.
Yeah. Speaking of this game, the Steelers won 27-20. Game.
Got
I
a couple
still-
gifts. Got
I
a couple gifts for sure.
I still don't like our defense at all.
No.
I'm still.
Tone Diggs, shut up.
Oh my! Don't even get me started on him.
Tone Diggs, shut the hell up.
He's just riding Pat McAfee's coattails. He wouldn't be anything without Pat McAfee, and nobody would care who he is without Pat McAfee.
Here's the thing: when the defense plays like the highest paid defense in the league, you win games.
Not to mention, like, 3 guys were hurt and not playing yesterday.
I mean, think about it. The Patriots, who are 7-2, mind you, beat them. What, 6 turnovers? Bunch of sacks?
5 or 6.
You expect that. This game, Colts, 7-2
6
now.
turnovers.
6 turnovers. When you play like you're supposed to, and you're the highest paid defense, wow, it really makes your offense not have to do so much work. I still wish they would have trotted Boswell out there as soon as the Colts turned it over on like the 10-yard line of their side of the field.
Yeah, I think that this game is so much more. I think this game is so much more reflective of what bringing the Colts back down to earth than of the Steelers defense actually playing amazing. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, we had 2 strip sacks. I believe TJ got to Daniel Jones once, and then Highsmith got to him once. But Josh Downs muffs a punt. That also is a big one right there. But I mean, Daniel Jones threw 3 picks that were not really like forced errors. Let's be real here. Like, they were all pretty bad. Like, they were all pretty bad turnovers. Like, this is what, again, we have a 9-game sample size this year. And then before that, we have a 70-game sample size showing that this guy is not a very good decision maker when the ball is in his hands. I mean, can we just like remember the time that he tripped on his own feet on what should have been like a 95-yard touchdown run against the Eagles with no one around him? Like, I mean, how do we think that this guy is the reason they're winning football games? I don't understand that at all. He certainly is talented. I don't think anyone doubted the fact that he is a physically gifted athlete from the time he was drafted. I don't think anyone doubted the fact that he can chuck a pigskin pretty far. He's just not like Shane Steichen has made a very good offense to surround him with.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of stat wise, the Steelers, like I said, 27-20. Daniel Jones, 31 for 50.
Yeah, I mean, 50 passes. Like
342 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor carried the ball 14 times for 45 yards. Daniel Jones did have a rushing touchdown, by the way. Alec Pierce was 6 for 100.
Almost.
Alex Pierce was 6 for 115 yards for some reason. Michael Pittman was 9 for 115 as well. In terms of the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, only 10 incompletions, 25 for 35, 203 yards on touchdown. One of those incompletions, him and Calvin Austin just weren't on the same page. Jalen Warren, run game, not great, 16 for 31. 2 touchdowns, though. However, 2 touchdowns. And receiving wise, Calvin Austin 5 for 56.
Roman Wilson, go back to the bench.
Yeah,
sorry.
I was just about to say, sorry, Bryce, we have to talk about Roman Wilson.
Like, wish that he was better. I would totally love for him to be more of a contributor in this offense, but go back to the bench. I don't want to see any of that nonsense again. That was insanity. Don't
Yeah.
no.
The only
Yeah,
thing
no.
I'm not going to defend him because everybody knows that. My guess is he's probably like, why don't I just go make a play and maybe I'll see more time in the field? Not the time to do it.
Yeah, 2 minutes left, trying to put the game away. Let's go for a hurdle on a bubble screen and fumble the ball instead of covering the ball, getting forward, and giving your team like a 3rd and 1 to convert. That basically wins you the game.
Yeah. So for Colts ones for this game, first one, I'm giving it to Peyton Wilson. Great game.
Kid's an animal.
Great game. Second one, I'm gonna give it to Alec Pierce / Michael Pittman because they were probably the best. Honestly, they were the best for the Colts offensive wise, obviously because they
Yeah,
got the
Colts
ball
receivers were
at
pretty
times.
good.
And also kind of giving it to both one because kept the offense. I don't want to say kept the off, but did keep things under control. I'm gonna give it to Aaron Rodgers, and just because it brought a smile to my face, I'm giving it to Jack Sawyer for
Let's go.
getting his INT. Bryce loves him some Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, man, I'm a huge 0-4 Sawyer fan.
Oh man, but yeah. So do they see?
Hey, he's played good. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I can't stand that guy. He's from Ohio State. What a play by him! Pick that ball off. Like
Yeah.
to have the awareness to look up and see that.
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
No, you
That's
can't.
just plain skill.
The Steelers do have the Chargers next. Am I
Yes.
correct on that one?
And then I'll be at the game against the Bungles the following week.
Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday night.
Woo!
I didn't know that. Anyway, rapid fire time. Alex beat me.
Wait, I didn't get to give my cold ones out.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What the hell? All right, my cold ones. My cold ones. Enough. Darnell Washington.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, Darnell Washington gets one. Peyton Wilson. What a game. And then last but not least, I mean, come on, it's got to be the Boz, right? 2 for 2, 3 for 3 on extra points. Like, dude, go ahead. Tell me Brandon Aubrey's the best kicker in football. I'm gonna say it's Chris Boswell, and I'm willing to die on that hill.
Yeah, I'll go Peyton Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Boz. Yeah, those are my 3 right there.
Rapid fire.
Alex
All right.
beat me.
I can't wait to beat Dom tonight.
Yeah, and of course the gentleman's game, everybody else is tied. So yeah. So this week Haley is playing me. Bryce has Emma, EJ has Alex, and AJ has Dom. So
On a
AJ's
heater right now.
AJ's probably gonna get a forfeit win, probably. So yeah, and I didn't do the records. Obviously, before I put in the I could say the records now, but it's pretty much the same as last week, minus me and Alex's, because we're the only game that's over. Haley's 4 for 4. Thomas 1-7. I am technically 5 and 4. EJ's 4 and 4. Alex is technically 5 and 4. So me and Alex are now tied. Bryce is 5 for 3. AJ is at a whopping 6 and 2, leading the league, and Emma's 3 for 5. AJ's watch out for AJ. So yeah. So all right, Thursday night, Rams and the Broncos. Give me the Rams.
Wait, who?
The Rams and the Broncos.
It's the Rams
That's
and
not-
Broncos? Why is my thing
I thought
saying
it was the
Raiders? and
Raiders.
Broncos?
Is it the Raiders? Oh, it's the Raiders. Yeah. Whoops.
You still taking the Raiders?
Hell no. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, give me the Denver. How are they 7 and 2? Oh my god.
They shouldn't be.
Give me them though. Still,
I'm taking the Broncos.
to be 8 and 2.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the schedule on just in case. All right, this one is correct. The Falcons at the Colts. Wait, did you guys say? Sorry, did you guys say Broncos? Because I was putting up the schedule when
Yeah.
we were talking. Okay.
The spread has moved quite a bit in the Raiders' favor, though, so that could be a game to watch.
Geno Smith sucks. Anyway,
He
Falcons.
also has those games where he decides to play football.
Falcons at the Colts. Or no, wait, that's 9:30, isn't that? Yeah, that's in Berlin. You know what? Screw it. Give me the Falcons as my upset this week.
You gonna do it? No, the Falcons suck. Give me the Colts.
I'm going to take the Colts as well.
Giants at the Bears. I'm sorry, the vibes without Scattaboo, even though Derek Jackson Dart is the guy. I'm sorry, without all of them there, the vibes just aren't the same. Give me the Bears.
Give me the Bears.
Dub Bears.
The Bears. Give me
Dub
Buffalo.
Bills.
Give me Buffalo over Tua. Turn the ball over.
Yep.
Dub Bills.
Down for that.
Ravens at the Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. Or wait, is Lamar back?
Yes.
Nah, give me the Ravens. I'll take it.
My upset of the week here. Jonathan James McCarthy is going to lead the Vikings to a thrilling victory over John Harbaugh's Baltimore Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Oh God, no! Please,
Seems
God,
like our game of the week next.
please, God, no! The Cleveland Browns at the New York Jets.
I can't believe the Browns are a dog in this game. I'm not even gonna lie. Give me the Browns.
Yeah, give me the Browns. And Shador's not going in.
Have you seen the the dude on Instagram Reels? And he's like, all right, and we're the Cleveland Browns.
They lost 70-0 to the bye week this week.
We punt, we score a touchdown, and we're the Cleveland Browns.
Oh my God.
And
I love
I'm going
that
to take
guy.
the Cleveland Browns.
Gosh.
Oh, that cracks me up too much.
Patriots. Ooh, this one is actually interesting.
My upset pick,
No,
by
I
the
take
way.
it back. I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking it back. I'm taking the Jets.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Screw Cleveland.
This next one is kind of interesting to me. Give me the Bake Show.
I love Baker. I love the Bucks. This is my upset pick, though. Give me the Patriots on the road.
It's a tough one. This is a tough one.
I'm going to say the Pats drop this one, but Drake may perform as well.
Okay. Son of a Saints at the Panthers.
Give me the red hot Carolina Panthers.
I say that because screw Dev Swayze. Yeah, you heard me. What?
Give me the
Love
red hot Carolina Panthers, baby. Let's go.
Bryce.
Panthers.
Jaguars at the Texans. I think the Texans are back. Give me the Texans, even though I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags won.
Give me the Texans as well.
I'm taking the Texans as well.
The Cardinals at the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Yep.
Agreed.
The actual game with the Rams at the 49ers. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, give me Stafford.
This game's about as even as they come.
It really is.
Puka went out. I'll go Rams.
Okay. Before I say the next game, why was Jaden Daniels in the game? Why was Jaden Daniels in the game? He had no business being in that game. And I know 38-7, in most cases, quarterbacks are in the game, but still you can make the argument, why was Jaden Daniels in the game?
Now they're paying for it.
They are. They are. I hope Jaden Daniels has a speedy recovery and gets back on the field as quick as he can, but the Commanders are getting what they deserve for keeping him out there. So, with that being said, give me the Lions.
Is that
Because
who
the
they're playing?
Commander, because, what'd you say?
Yeah, give me the Lions as well.
This is because here's
You're
the
still
thing.
muted, Bryce.
Yeah, you're still muted.
You don't want Maker's Mark Yoda to tear it up? I'm taking the Lions.
This is what you get. This is what you get, and the Commanders are going to pay for it for the rest of the season because of it. Steelers at the Chargers. Give me
Coast to coast.
Give me another Mike Tomlin masterclass. The Chargers.
Yeah, I think Herbo's going to go crazy in this game. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Herbert ends up with 350 yards and 3 touchdowns from this game.
Last, but certainly not least.
I'm taking the Chargers just in case that wasn't clear.
Yeah, I know. The Eagles at the Packers. I think EJ is going to have another crash out on Mug Talks. Give me the Eagles.
Same, honestly.
I don't know how the Eagles are a dog in this game.
By like almost 4 points as well.
You know what? I hate the Eagles. Give me the Packers.
I do too, but I'm just being realistic.
And the book is closed, and Alex pay the bills.
Once again, this episode of Tailgate Talks is brought to you by Defrisher Recycling and Junk Removal. If you or anyone you know is in need of their services, check out the links in the description down below. Go to Defrisher's website or to their Facebook page. Get in contact with Defrisher today. See if they provide their services in your area. Gentlemen, any final words?
Go Blue, baby. National champs coming up in basketball. The
Nah,
season starts now. I can't wait.
I got nothing. Roll Scots.
Roll Scots.
If anybody is looking in to watch something interesting and trying to get into the sport of golf, go watch the Internet Invitational on YouTube. It is the best internet golf you ever watch. That's it.
Nice.
Roll Scots. Good night, America.